Damaged by you, damaged by me. I confused, confused. Don't wanna be.
Hey
Wow.
guys,
Wow, Reggie. Wow.
how's it going, guys?
Hi.
We're back. Today we are doing a special episode, a special coronavirus special, you would say.
Mm-hmm. The quarantine.
Yeah, this shit's getting out of control.
It
Are locking up.
Yeah.
Things are getting locked down. So we came up with a plague playlist.
We did.
Yeah.
We figured you're all going to be kind of cooped up for a while with all this nonsense going on. I mean, it's pretty wild here in New York. Like, businesses are only allowed to be open till 8 or some shit. And, they're telling everybody to stay in their homes. Things are getting canceled.
No sit down at restaurants, only to go.
Yeah.
Had to get my
if they
cheesesteak to go.
It's true.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty absurd so far. So,
So if any of our listeners are stuck at home and need some recommendations on books and or instructional DVDs, maybe a little entertainment splashed in.
yeah, we've put together quite a list of things for people to keep themselves entertained while they're quarantined in their house.
Books,
or wherever.
movies,
Or if you're completely ignoring it and being an asshole, you can also watch these
Just
in your spare time.
mosey on down to Barnes & Nobles or your local bookstore and lick the door handle on the way. And,
Yeah.
Buy whatever you want.
Make sure you don't wash your hands ever.
Lick all cash you handle. That's how you make sure it's not counterfeit.
But yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with this lovely graphic that Christina made for us today,
Yeah.
featuring Caravaggio's Medusa.
quarantine.
It's great. I love this. Made me laugh pretty hard. That's
Thought it
not
was appropriate.
Yeah,
the
great
movie
great
Quarantine. It's all right. Not.
I don't mind
It's not
it.
great though. You know. I think it was a remake of that Record movie, right?
Yeah, and Record's way better.
Yeah, Record's
So
definitely
much
way
Spanish
better.
one, right?
Yeah,
They have a couple of them.
yeah. So
right?
watch that one and not this one.
It's worth a
sweet
watch.
graphic.
I wouldn't
though.
revisit it like once every Halloween or anything, but it's worth a watch.
Yeah,
Especially
Really?
now. It's relevant now. Maybe
it
it'll
is very
scare your,
relevant now.
go scare your children.
I feel like the 2000s where they remade lots of movies from other countries and made them somehow worse. Quarantine's worth a watch.
They had that, and like The Grudge was a remake.
The Grudge was a remake.
Ring.
Yeah,
The Ring kind of waved in that Japanese. There's a bunch.
They
yeah.
remade one that's, I can't remember the remade name, but the original was Tale of Two Sisters. That one's pretty good.
Tale of Two Sisters. Yeah, that was
that
a
one's
Korean
an awesome
one. Yeah,
one.
it's
And then
like
they remade
don't
it.
let the right one in.
Was that
or
Charles
something weird.
Dickens?
No, it's different. No. This one's fucked up. I recommend
Tale of
people
Two
watch
Cities.
it.
That was
Sorry.
a good. That was a good.
Good Korean movie.
The nice Japanese slow burn, or
Yeah.
that other country slow burn.
Let the Right One In is another one that's really good.
yeah.
Is that the American like Liz
Let Me
Banks
In
was this
is the
stepmom?
Yeah, you're thinking of the Tale of Two Sisters one. I
Yeah,
can't remember
okay.
for the life of me what the name of it was though.
Tangent.
Yeah. Watch those too. Those are all good movies.
Ooh, what book is that?
Pandemonium, Devils, Demons, and Monsters. This one is an out-of-step books.
I like these
collection.
guys. This publishing company, they do a lot of stuff with the tattoo community and release multiple books in different themes.
These books are huge, too.
Yeah, they're great. It's always an awesome collection of artwork. So this would be definitely something worth checking out in your downtime.
Hundreds of artist inspiration.
Yeah, if you really like looking at pictures and not reading like I do, it's a good book.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do we got here?
Juxtapose.
Juxtapose illustration.
Yeah. So a few years ago, probably actually quite a while ago now, they came out with, they did like what their favorite pieces or details from the magazine. They pulled it all together and did actually this is part 1 of 2. So
Nice.
the second one came out a few years later, but
Bring that in again. I want to flip through that again.
So this is kind of like one of those Spectrum books, kind of.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Compilations and yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Compilation artists.
There's another one from Out of Step Books. I actually have some stuff published in this one. This is from, I don't know, I think 2014 or 15 is when this one came out.
This was also one of my picks.
Yeah, this is all like skulls and stuff, all skull-based artwork. There's some really awesome shit in here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We promise we're not sponsored by Out of Step. We just really like their books.
Yeah, big fan of that company. Is this
Here's
the
part two.
Book 2 in that series. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Here's part 2.
Where can you find these books?
Online.
Just like Amazon, or would
Not-
Amazon have these?
They're pretty much all used at this point.
Okay,
They're limited edition books.
Oh, nice.
so
yeah.
they're out of print.
They
Yep.
used to have
Have the-
them at Barnes & Noble, so you might be able to find them on like their marketplace secondhand.
Have they significantly gone up in value, or are they
Uh,
still kind of like right around what they retailed for since they're secondhand?
I saw one guy selling it for 32. I saw one guy selling it for 182 like an asshole. So I'm not sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
that happens with art books though.
Yeah.
Once they
I'm
go out
not
of
sure
print.
where the median was
Yeah.
of where
Who's
the-
trying to scalp and who's actually selling for market value?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that Wild Man book we found. But we have to wait to order it because it's from the UK, and we don't want to bring anything from the UK here right now. But it's pretty sweet. It's like a bunch of photos that someone took of people in traditional pagan garb.
Nice.
So it's just like a bunch of twigs, and they basically look like the spaghetti monster from True
beautiful.
Detective.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
We should have thrown it
Cool.
up here.
we should have,
But we don't have
have
it.
it. But all you could, if you Google it, the photos pop up online.
All right, here's a classic art documentary.
Yeah.
Exit Through the Gift Shop,
Yeah.
all about Banksy.
I think I wrote down also, let me see, where things are available. Exit Through the Gift Shop, you can get on a 7-day free trial from Sundance Now through Amazon.
Nice.
Cool.
Remember to cancel your subscription because save those monies.
Yeah.
But
We
You might need it for
do a more
toilet paper
extensive
if any
review of
becomes
this.
available.
exactly.
Hashtag COVID-19.
Ooh, that one's mine. This is a pretty extensive, kind of like an all-encompassing encyclopedia of like pencils, like what
Dope.
sort of value you're going to get out of everything from like charcoal to what different types of graphite are going to be warm or cool, or what sort of effects you're going to get from rubbing said pencil with what type of blending stumps. You know what I mean? It's just a really, really extensive overlook of anything graphite.
Drawing
It's-
realistic textures in pencil, J.D. Hilberry.
Did I ever tell you guys when I was in high school, I used to have, basically I didn't take care of my art supplies, so I used to just fucking leave them everywhere. And I was going upstairs to my room one day and I dropped my pack of pencils and my stumpers and tortillions spilled out, so I half-ass grabbed them. The next day, my mom's pounding on my door, and I open it. She's like, "What is this?" And she's holding a tortilla, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's a
She
blending
thought it
tool."
was a
She's like, "Is this a joint?"
Hey, Mom,
Are you
remember that
getting
thing
high?
you bought me for 50 cents from
It
Michael's?
says "Made in China" on it, Mom.
I feel like most art kids have had that thought at one point. It's like, it kind of looks like a joint. you know?
Just giggle about it when you see it for the first time, like when you're 12.
Shout out to Mom.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that. So Noman does not sell DVDs anymore, but if you are at home, they offer a new subscription service like a lot of other things. So for $50 a month, which is basically what this DVD retailed for, you can open up their library content. This is one of my favorites from their series. This is Dave Finch, who's a pretty prolific modern comic book illustrator, and this is a pretty extensive overview of just drawing the human body. He's got like, obviously it says volume 3, so first one was like heads, second one was hands and feet, but this one I think covering the whole body is probably one of his best.
Nice.
And this one is a 3-hour rundown of a completed illustration, so you can kind of see it's, you know, a sped up time lapse with him talking over the top of it. So
Is it all just pencil?
yep, this is
Cool.
because they actually filmed this in a series. They went pencil, inks, colors, so people could see the production process, and like different artists actually held each one. So this one is exclusively in pencil, but with it, you know what I mean. He's talking a lot over the top of it, so you really kind of get to pick his brain. And it's fun to revisit every once in a while.
Awesome.
Mhm. Ooh, this one is more of an instructional on like building a portfolio and pushing yourself, like illustration that works. He's like trying to coach you on how to like get out there and start getting more work and getting jobs.
Actually make a career out of
Yeah.
things.
He's not like, there's a lot of projects throughout to A, get better, and B, build a more extensive portfolio. So this one's a pretty good read.
Yeah,
if
it
you want
sounds very
some,
useful.
if you're
Yep.
like,
You have that one?
yeah, I have this one around.
Let me
It's-
snag that.
Yeah. It's really good to read if you feel like you're getting a creative hump and you want to hear somebody else's ideas on what sort of projects to push yourself, or if you, looking to revise your own portfolio and stuff.
Nice.
Super good.
This is this just came out actually. This is more of like an inspirational thing. This is a documentary on the origins of Alien, the series, and there's a lot of good stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff about Dan O'Bannon, like writing the first Alien movie, and how it was supposed to be called Star Beast at one point.
That's a great name.
Yeah, but they go over like all the artists involved in it. Like there's a lot of stuff about Giger in this, obviously, and Ridley Scott directing the first Alien movie. I haven't got all the way through this documentary yet, but it's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Is it on Amazon or?
It just came out. I don't know exactly where it's at. You could probably rent it on Amazon. I don't know if it's like on Prime or anything like that yet. This is a book that we have in the studio here. This is one of the books that I found most useful, like when I was learning how to oil paint. Basically, it breaks down the techniques of a handful of old masters like Vermeer and Caravaggio, Rembrandt, a lot of different old masters, and like how they painted and approached projects. So it's a very good educational book on painting. This is a good movie to watch.
In the mouth of
I just kind of threw this out there because it's like a little known horror classic, I would say. This is probably one of the best representations of like H.P. Lovecraft's writing, even though it's not specifically based on H.P. Lovecraft. But it's a fucking great movie.
And I mean, there is that weird painting in it too. So
yeah.
technically kind of artwork.
But this movie is fucking out there. It's an old John Carpenter movie from the 90s. That's just fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
When Sam Neill was in everything.
Yeah. I don't know if this was before or after Jurassic Park, but it was somewhere around that same time period.
Cool.
Yeah. And probably like
Event Horizon.
Yeah, but I was about to say between Jurassic Park and Event Horizon, most likely. This is definitely worth the watch if you guys haven't seen it yet. Definitely rent this shit. This is a book cover illustration with Dan Dos Santos. This is another like video tutorial. This company called Massive Black, probably about 10 years ago or so, used to have a lot of these kind of tutorials from well-known artists available on their website, and you could basically get digital downloads of this stuff. I think this one's also on DVD. I think Dan sells this on his website still. I'm not sure of the link, though. You'll have to Google that. But this is a very comprehensive illustration tutorial, if you will. He even goes through how he discusses the project with like the book company that he's illustrating for and all that, and the opening chapters of this. It's definitely a fucking awesome watch.
Nice.
I learned a lot about painting from this. And this one as well. This one is on DVD. I think Donato Giancola still sells it on his website.
If not, you could still get like snippets of it on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, even just watching the trailer is pretty cool for this one, because this guy is a modern day old master, I would say.
He's insane.
Yeah. Like he's he's a professor at NYU now, I think, maybe.
I think so.
He did graduate from Syracuse University too.
Oh,
for
cool.
painting.
Yeah.
For
But-
painting?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice.
But this one's nifty because he even shows you how like he does his photo reference and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so inspirational to watch. I used
Isn't
to,
it like 9 hours?
it's like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It's a good length.
Well, good thing everyone's home because they'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You're gonna have plenty of time to watch all this shit, guys. So,
Yeah, if we get
Not
locked up
shit.
for a month, man.
Yeah.
Not shit.
Oh, this is probably the single best art book on color, I would say. Just James Gurney is a phenomenal instructor, and you should definitely be following him on Instagram right now.
You said it's-
Gurney's online presence is his video, his YouTube content, and his Instagram. Like, yeah, it's great. He is totally worth. He's really up on his stuff for being like kind of an old timer. You know,
Yeah,
he's utilizing everything really well.
yeah. I mean, his work is just so fucking amazing. Like the way he takes everything into account as far as color and light goes.
And watch
And
him.
that's what this book is all about. Like he breaks down chapters about like what color does moonlight actually cast on your scene and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. And it's not what you would think. It's all fucking super well researched and put together. And it's just a great book on color. And this is another one of his books, Imaginative Realism: How to Paint What Doesn't Exist.
Quick question with Dinotopia, what did he produce those illustrations in? Were those like watercolor and gouache, like
Yeah,
he kind of
I
does
think-
online a lot?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it's a variety of mediums though that he works with on that.
because he kind of goes back and forth because those two are relatively compatible with one another.
Yeah, there's a lot of examples in both of these books about how he like produces maquettes for paintings and stuff and photographs them to get the light right. You know, just very basic shapes and stuff. But yeah, then he'll turn it into like a fucking brontosaurus on a hill or something.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Dinosaur riding a surfboard.
Yeah. This is a great book. I would suggest that every artist read this book at some point. It's mainly about how to get through creative blocks and just handle, being creative all the time.
Yeah.
Stephen Pressfield really breaks this down. This book, The War of Art. It's a fucking awesome book.
Cool.
I cannot recommend this enough. As well as this one, Art and Fear, by David Bales and Ted Orland.
Yeah, I read
this is
that.
one of the best books on art I've ever read in my life.
I've
Like,
read that one too. There's a lot of really good stuff on there.
Yeah.
I remember grabbing that in high school, but then rereading it a little later on in life and having like a whole new, like, whoa.
Yeah, and if you're not a huge reader, you can find both of those books on Audible right now, and the audio versions are great. They're
Well, I just found what I'm going to do.
the narrations on them are great. That's usually make or break for me. Like if some guy's got a real annoying voice, I don't want to listen to him for fucking 6 hours. You know?
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah. Gilbert Gottfried narrates this book.
Reggie Romano.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of those books I would really suggest to any artist if you haven't read them yet.
One of my favorite things on that one was when he was like his sculpture class sort of analogy, where he took a sculpture class and he divided them in half, and he told one half, he's like, you're going to get picked grade on based off how much you actually make. So the amount of pottery you come up with by the end will dictate your grade. The other half, he says, I don't care how much you make, but just make one perfect piece. And then everybody, obviously, the best work always comes from the people who are making the most, because everybody just gets...
Yeah, like
You know,
the people
like,
that focused
keep
on
and
quality
going.
had worse
Uh-huh.
work than the people that produced more.
Yeah, because they just were felt under this grindstone and just kept making and working and working and working. And
Yeah, there's
improving.
a lot of stuff in that book all about things like that, and it's just super inspirational.
Mhm.
Like, it was a great listen for sure, or read, whatever you want to do.
Black Magic, The Art of Chet Zar.
Chet, can't go wrong with Chet Zar. Chet Zar's books are fucking awesome.
Amazing book.
Yeah,
It's pretty much like a retrospective of his early years up until, I think, like probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay.
Lots of monsters.
yeah.
Lots of
He likes to
monsters.
paint monsters.
still in print, or is this like a limited time one?
No, it's still in print.
Still
You
in
can
print.
still get it from the
Awesome.
website.
Wasn't he doing like a custom order? So he would do like a
Yep.
painting on that little square
Yeah.
for each one that was ordered.
Yep, right over the top of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, and this is the DVD on him, right?
Yep, I like to paint monsters.
Yes,
It's all
which he
about
does.
him
He does like to
painting
paint monsters.
Filmed by Mike Carell.
Nice.
He was in Ithaca for like the viewing of this. Did you guys go to that?
No, we
No.
didn't. No.
I remember seeing that and ended up having something going on. Like, I don't know, a kid or something.
It's something going on.
Having a
Adults.
kid
The
or
birth of
something.
my child. Something. This is Big Eyes. It is a motion picture by Tim Burton. It's about Margaret Keane and her piece of shit husband.
It's got Christoph Waltz in it.
Yeah, he's the piece of shit husband. It's definitely worth a watch.
She created it, he sold it, and everyone bought it.
Did you ever see it?
No, I didn't.
No.
I'll
He
have to
put
watch
his
this
name on her stuff because he's like, no one's going to want to buy stuff from a dumb bitch housewife.
one. Oh, damn.
And then they'd go to parties and he's like, didn't I make this? And it's awesome. Go get me a drink, honey. No one wants to talk to you because you're just a housewife. And that went on for years. And she's like, but I painted it. And he's like, but I'm the painter
So
in the family.
does she stab him to death at the end? 'Cause
No.
No. It turns into this whole big.
Is this true or just a dramatization?
Oh no, this
No,
is
this
100%
really
true. It's
happened.
Really?
Margaret Keane is the
No shit.
original artist from
Wow.
the 50s to the 70s. I mean, she's still alive painting now, but like this is mainly in the late 50s
50s, yeah.
to early 70s.
She falls for him because of his like outdoor scenes that he paints. Takes her to a restaurant. He's like, yeah, they have all my paintings. And then he has a stack of them at home and she accidentally scuffs one and sees that he painted his name over it. Because he doesn't know that
She's
you
like,
can't
"You
put
fucking
acrylic
cunt."
over oil. So he's just been doing this for years with other people's stuff too.
Oh, what a piece of shit. I'm
piece
sure he
of
plays
shit.
a great piece of shit
He
too, because he does in most
Oh
movies.
yeah,
He's a great piece of shit in this movie.
very slimy.
Art of the Heist. This is on Amazon. It is a series on all different things like art theft. What's the other word I'm thinking of? Forgery. Art
Nice.
forgery. It's a couple episodes. It's definitely worth a watch.
I was going to
So-
say theft. That's the second word.
Theft and theft.
Is this something that we're going to be reviewing at some point? Kind of
Yes.
like
yeah,
we
we'll
have.
probably talk about. I've mentioned one of them when we did our Two Truths and a Lie.
Nice.
Velvet Buzzsaw.
This is a great movie. This is a Netflix original movie.
I kind of want to go.
So
home and
anybody who
watch
has
this tonight
Netflix
now.
can watch this.
It's about the pretentious art scene and then everyone getting destroyed by someone trying to make money off of a dead guy's paintings.
Yeah.
Let's
It's got
watch.
quite a cast too. Like Jake
It does.
Gyllenhaal's in it. Tony
Toni
Lauren.
Collette.
Yeah. Tony. Yeah, that's her name.
It's really sad that once you start working with a lot of different artists and everything, you can start to actually see where, like,
When you go to enough gallery shows, you run into
Yeah.
some of these people.
yeah, this is real life,
It is. It's not
It's
that
so
far-fetched.
satisfying if you hate that type of people.
right? But it's just,
I think we brought this up in the last episode we had, the cursed artwork one.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, definitely go watch this. It's on Netflix.
This book is Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. It basically takes you through his notebooks and his creative process of him putting together stuff before he makes his movies. So you'll
Cool.
see different things from Kronos, Hellboy, most of his movies that have come out recently.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Gotta love some Del Toro.
Does he draw a lot?
Yeah, he does a lot of the doodles.
Cool.
Like,
Yeah, this is another one of his.
yeah, this is his compilation to Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It was a book on all different kinds of fairies, and it has sketches in there of them and little.
So it's like
snippets
a
of-
dark Brian Froud book, kind of.
Yeah, and gives you a little summary of what they're all about.
Awesome. I like that movie. What'd you think of that movie?
I
Don't Be
thought it
Afraid
was
of the
pretty
Dark.
good. I
Yeah.
dug it. The little tooth fairy guys.
Katie Holmes was in that movie,
Yeah,
right?
I could have taken her, left her, but
Yeah.
I
everything
feel like you
else
say
was
that
really
in
cool.
every movie she's in.
Yeah, she has that same. The only thing I liked her in was How I Met Your Mother, and that's about it.
Was this before she got Tom Cruised? This movie came out?
I think it was around the time she got Tom Cruise.
That Scientology. Fuck your life up.
I
Cruise
feel
control.
like she didn't know how to act, and she still does.
David Stupakis.
Yeah, this is David Stupakis' Genesis book.
Is this an art book?
It's an art book. It's a compilation of a lot of his sketches.
David's a great artist.
We-
Shout out
we
to
both-
David Stupakis.
We both picked up this one.
We did.
Yeah,
We have 2 copies of this at home.
Just in
he
case.
still has it
pretty much. Yeah,
because one, his parents got him for Christmas as like a pre-order, and then the other one he got me for Christmas.
Nice.
yeah. So shout out to my mom, who's actually in the book
As a patron.
As a patron.
No shit.
Yeah.
Because she bought it for me for Christmas. When it turns out it was on like.
so did he do like a Kickstarter thing for this?
Yeah.
He didn't do a Kickstarter. He just
Oh.
did a generic. It'll print after it's done
Nice.
type thing. So
I
pre-order.
think he still has some available. He has a couple copies.
Yep,
You can
he still
buy.
has. I checked it out beforehand. Yeah, you still can.
Well, I'm sure it's awesome. His artwork is phenomenal.
And this is Stephen Russell Black. It's a little blurry photo, but
Yeah.
we have all of them. He has 5 books total.
Four.
Four
Just
now.
came out the 4th one.
And his show is still currently going on with you guys,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, that is up, and we actually have books of his available as well.
Awesome.
So
But his books are amazing. They have sketches, paintings, and he puts one out every year.
So,
So-
crucibleartgallery.com.
yep.
Ooh, Camilla de Erco's pop painting.
You have a
Uh,
print of this at your station, right?
Yeah. I didn't. She later on used the same illustration that I bought from her as a print as the cover for her book.
It's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
why that
also-
looks familiar.
Yeah, I also have a Weedle guy I might hide around the room so we can find later. But anyway, this book is kind of cut in half based off like her drawing tropes and a very technical look at water-based oils. So she has a lot of glazing techniques on the best way to like use that type of media.
Awesome.
So doesn't usually come up. You know, people lean into the traditionals, but I don't feel like I see a lot of instructional media about how to
Water oil.
water-based oils.
I
never
accidentally
messed with
buy
those.
them sometimes and just using like regular oil paint. And so far, nothing's fallen apart. So
Yeah,
That's
hopefully.
always good.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen
Mhm,
because I steal mostly your paints.
Ooh, so fun little entertainment. If anybody feels like diving into a comic, there's a little book called Why the Last Man, which is about a virus epidemic that kills all the males on the planet, except for one dude and his random pet monkey. And it's kind of
And
about
that dude
them
just
like,
gets all the pussy.
well, he kind of wakes up. Well, the fun thing that the book gets on is just like, if you think all the women survive and they're going to all be holding hands and things are going to be peaceful, like, nah, you have tons of street gangs that are led by women.
Wow.
Like, he has to hide his identity so chicks aren't killing each other and trying to get him. And
Wow, that's crazy.
he's like, trying to find his mom. It's a
They all
crazy,
want-
crazy book.
They all want to be a baby daddy.
Well, they're not even sure if they can conceive
Baby
because
mama.
like nobody's been,
Oh,
it killed. What is the virus still in the air? Could they make more men? The reason this cover is there is because they learned an astronaut was still in orbit that turns out to be a man. So they're hoping to get him back off the satellite to come to the planet to see if he can survive. Bum,
Dang.
bum,
It's
bum.
like Children of Men. That movie fucked me up.
Yeah, that was a weird movie. Clive Owen was in that movie, right?
He was, yeah. That's another good movie. Watch,
Yeah.
but maybe not right now. It might be a little dark for right now.
Yeah, right now everybody's watching like Contagion and Outbreak.
yeah. One more over, and that's the first cover. It's a
Awesome.
really good book. I like when an indie book has a concrete beginning and end. It's awesome, especially in American media, because when like corporate grabs it, they really drive it. in the
Yeah, they
ground.
want to
So,
just like
with an indie
exploit
comic
it
that
all
has,
they can. It's kind of like what's going on with The Walking Dead right now. That shit's still going on.
I think Robert Kirkman actually X'd that book, so they have no more really issues to go off of. And I think he did it out of nowhere. It ended on something random like a 207, like didn't hold out for like a 210.
Right?
You know what I mean? Our 210th finale issue.
Maybe he's finally sick of that shit. Who knows?
210th.
I'm just saying, just end on an odd number.
He puts out a prequel called
But
The
that-
Sit Down Dead.
But that's an even number.
All right, that's our list, guys. A bunch of stuff to watch and read and look at.
If everybody
while
gets
all
stuck
this
at home,
crazy shit is going on. And for fuck's sake, just stop buying toilet paper if you already got
Yeah.
some.
Wash your hands.
I need to
Yeah.
wipe my ass soon.
Wash your hands. Try not to breathe in each other's mouths.
Yeah.
Shit like that. It's gonna
Don't
be
go to
okay.
Disney or big gatherings.
Don't
I
fly in an airplane.
I saw like some Instagram stuff today that there were still giant crowds at Disney and like
So
beaches around the world. It's like
stupid.
people are not listening to the shit at all.
No.
Which, I mean, it's probably gonna blow over within the next few weeks here, but we'll see. It could get way fucking worse. So
Another one to the list, Shaun of the Dead.
yes,
Yeah.
just
Blow
go to
it
the
over at the
Winchester,
Winchester.
and wait
Wait
for this to
the
all
thing
blow
to all
over.
blow
You want to go
over.
down there?
No.
Sorry, Christina.
It's me every week.
Oh, I thought that was you now.
No, that was Reggie.
But yeah,
Oh.
yeah, guys, that wraps up our list here. So we're gonna get this up on YouTube so you all can enjoy this during the lockdown or whatever the fuck happens here.
Quarantine.
All right. Hopefully, we'll see you on the other side.
Damaged by you. Damaged by me. I'm confused. Don't wanna be confused.
you have soap in your glass.
That's what it tastes like.